The People's Republic of China has pledged to work with Nigeria to fight and win the war against modern-day slavery. The Cultural Counselor of the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria made the commitment in Abuja at the commemoration of the 2021 International Day for the Remembrance of Slave Trade and its Abolition. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the theme for this year's commemoration is Modern-Day Slavery, a National Question, Protecting the Future Generation. The counselor said that modern-day slavery had taken the guise of other forms of violence against international laws like human trafficking, forced labor, and adult and child slavery, among others.
The abolition of slavery is the major advancement in human society. As we are aware, in contemporary times, new forms of slavery have emerged, especially the modern days concealed and undefensed forms of slavery. For example, today, child and adult slavery and forced labor are illegal in almost all countries, as well as being against international law. However, human trafficking for labor and for sexual bondage continues to affect tens of millions of adults and children. So it's time for us to join hands together and seek for solutions to their elimination. My last point is China is ready to work with Nigeria and other member countries to fight against modern-day slavery and create a better future for our next generation.
The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, said the aim of the annual celebration was to intensify campaigns on and sensitization to the dangers of modern-day slavery. The Permanent Secretary, who reiterated the new guise of modern-day slavery, said the campaigns also aim to enlighten Nigerians on the tricks of traffickers while sharing experiences of survivors to protect others from falling victim.
As a mother myself, this year's theme, Modern-Day Slavery, a national question, protecting the future generation, is particularly a subject of interest to me, considering the realities of modern-day slavery that our children and youth are faced with today, some of which include human trafficking, voluntary slavery, child labor, forced marriage, forced labor, irregular migration, and so on and so forth. I am sure and I believe that some of the victims of trafficking will today be sharing their first-hand experiences of what they went through. It's against this backdrop that it is my sincere hope that the campaign against modern-day slavery does not end here today. I wish to task the media organizations to ensure the message is sustained on air and that it reaches the nooks and crannies of Nigeria, so as to create the needed national awareness on this menace.
A Libya returnee and survivor of trafficking while sharing his ordeal advised Nigerians, especially youth, to be wary of the traffickers and the different tricks they employ to lure victims abroad. The returnee, who is also a graduate, urged Nigerians to focus on building themselves in Nigeria and to migrate only through the legal and right channels, should they choose to do so.
2014, I finished Bauchi Polytechnic as a civil engineer. I looked for how to get washing machine to start laundering business for myself. So I started doing laundry business for myself. So there's this one good customer of mine who travels a lot. He goes to Dubai, he goes to Spain, he goes to Italy, to Reno. So when he comes back, he normally gives me his clothes to help him to dry clean. And he told me that he's willing to help me to travel abroad to get to that Europe and make plenty money. Being that he's somebody who I know that normally travels, I see him, they travel. I didn't even want to doubt him. I just believe him. So he just told me that if you have 300,000 naira that you are going to travel, he's going to help me. That he saw me that I'm a hard-working person. That if I go there, he knows that I'm going to do well. And I said, okay. And he told me something that I should not tell anybody, either my father or my mother or my sister. So when we got to Agadez, same way, they greeted us, they gave us macaroni to eat, we slept that night. The following morning, they announced to us, Oga, that money that you paid in Niger has expired, that I have to pay 2,000 dinars, that will take me from Agadez to Germany. Now the thing is, nobody is telling you that you are going to the next transit. You keep paying when you get to that transit and you get another transit. So, because I had enough, I had to pay that money because I was no longer having any physical cash. I paid everything. You see, inside the Sahara Desert, we have two weathers here. During the day, the soil is very hot, and the breeze is very cold. When I mean hot, I mean Korum. And when I mean cold, when I mean Korum, when I mean cold, I'm talking about Korum. So it was so tough. We were wearing 4 clothes in our body, and they asked us, when we were going, they told us to carry a lot of things like gari, kuli, glucose. So me, I was like, how can you be traveling to abroad that you want to become a big boy and you are carrying this kind of stuff, So it get to a point, all the things that we carried finished. There was no longer food. We were tasty. And that was when we begin to ask our bros, abeg. The only option we have was to drink ourselves urine. So I begged my friend weed for me. That time we now became gold. So I cannot just say I'm feeling pressed, I'll just go to the corner and just go and no. I have to preserve it for the rainy day. So that's how we passed through the Sahara Desert for 1 week.